Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield. I'm a professional dancer, professional dance choreographer, and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States, and we're going to be taking a look at Hook's Aiki versus Won's Hyojin Choi from the first season of Street Woman Fighter. Now, I have not seen any of these battles, so not only will I be taking a look at them and providing some feedback, but I'll also be taking a guess of who I think took the battle as well. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started.
Fight!
Admit you love me, and so how
this is fun.
To know you always tell me, perhaps.
I really like Aiki's personality as a dancer.
And then I ask you over again, you only answer, perhaps. If you can make your mind up, I will never get started.
3, 2, 1. Switch. One, two, Hyojin Choi.
This song, normally people would do Vogue to it because of that sound in the back. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this. So initial thoughts, I mean, when it comes to presence, I really like Aiki from Hook. I think she brings an astronomical sense of stage presence, which I think really helps her in cases like this. So the song is so much more in a femme pocket. And just know too, like she's doing a good job of creating a character, right? Yeah, so she's creating choices and then melting out of it. Now, have we seen something similar? I think it was between her and Gabby. I don't know which one happened first, mind you. So, I mean, if this was our first time seeing Aiki, I think this is really fun. And her form is actually pretty good. So I also like the fact that she's changing directions, or she's making different choices in her approach. A lot of times she was chilling in the back corner over here, and then most of it was hanging on over there, and then she's changing her direction to make it more go to her opponent, which is really nice. But I will say though that a lot of this footwork patterns are pretty repeated, you know, like she's doing that step pas de bourrées. You know, I'm not super fluent in ballroom terminology, but I know she's really trying to approach that Latin, the Latin styles, you know, salsa, cha-cha, samba, not really, I don't think samba, but like at least those two, it's starting to really have that kind of cadence to it, which she's carrying very well. That's really cute. Yeah. Then seeing her pull, for me, I've said this the last time I watched her, she reminds me of Fiction when he performs. He's very gimmicky in his setups, and I really like the choice that she chose to integrate a little bit of herself into this outside of just herself and like as a character. I like that ding ding, that was cool. I matched the piano well.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. So that was pretty good. Now it's Hyojin's choice. Now what I say that like what Aiki did was like this astronomical thing, not exactly. I would say like she set it up pretty well, but I don't think it was anything that was so out of this world. It felt very like a typical average approach. She averagely approached the song, which, you know, in a lot of cases can work in your favor, you know. And here Notice with Hyojin, like, I like that she's really trying to go for it with her presence. I am noticing, however, that she is creating a lot of extra power from her chest, which is causing her arms to not make as clean and crisp choices as they could make, because she's allowing her torso to really take the forefront. But there's a chance that because, you know, it matches the music a lot, she's kind of feels like she's in between choices. And I've mentioned this before, whenever it's people who've spent an extended period of time in choreography, when they dive into these styles, or they dive into freestyle specifically outside of choreography, you notice and you tend to see that it's difficult to connect things the same way as when you connect in choreo. You have more time to think through the choices you make, right, as you teach it or as you're choreographing it. But here it's in the moment, you only got one shot, right? So in your brain, it's not also trying to remember what you're doing either. And I think that's the kicker as well. It's just a different skill set, which I've mentioned many times before in these battle clips. And I think, like, for us, we're really seeing her limitations of her exposure to the freestyle. I'm not saying she's never freestyled before, but you can tell that she doesn't practice it regularly, because when it comes to, it looks like she's injured here. Let me know if she's actually injured, because it just, how she's holding it's a little different. I feel like she's not doing as much, or she's trying to be a little bit safer. Like, that was nice to have that moment, that breather there. It's good to have a heartbeat within your grooves. But even as she's going down, she's swiveling around, there's not clear direction and where she wants us as an audience to see where her movement goes. And I think that's another indicator. I think she's just trying to hit the music as best as she can. Like, that was more clear, but notice that her leg is not engaging in any layer of the music, and it's a little difficult for us to make note of what she's actually trying to hit. And that's another thing too. So this right here was really nice, having her kind of match what Aiki was doing. And she matched up, and she was up against Aiki a little bit more, you know? So all in all, I would say they're pretty, in this round in particular, I would say it's pretty evenly matched. It just depends on your preference. I would say Hyojin and Choi did more variety and attempted to take more risks. Aiki stuck with one little thing, integrated herself about in the middle, and then kind of did some repetitive things near the end. But for me, if I were to choose, I would pick Aiki, because I feel that she brought more presence, and it was very clear what she was doing the entire time, not just 45-50% of the time. And I think in these cases that can really affect when you're pretty evenly stacked in this context or in this round. That kind of stuff can pull out a little bit more. So for me, I would pick stability and cohesion over risks when it comes to this battle in particular. So that would be my vote. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this was helpful in some way. I've really been enjoying the series so far, and these battles have been wonderful. I definitely look forward to seeing more, as well as soon as the battles are finished, I'll get into the dance rank missions, and of course into the K-pop and Mega Crew and so on and so forth. So I'm definitely looking forward to that, and yeah, I will definitely catch you on the flip side. Bye.